And also I have to say that, one of the most difficult casting ever was Kamal sir.
Kamal sir, yeah,
Was
he was so
Yaskin.
worried.
We were
months,
like, we were shooting, but then like Yaskin, when is Yaskin
Coming.
coming? The whole film is Yaskin, but where is Yaskin? And how would you cast this person who's equivalent to, or like, mightier than these two superheroes, and then who is it? And then we could only think, we were like, we were
behind for
1 year, sir, easily 1
year,
year,
easily
easily 1
behind.
year.
And I was telling, why will he do it? Don't torture me. Just leave.
It's not a question of torture, because self-doubt becomes, you've done this, he has done this, he has done this, what am I going to do? That was the reason why I realized. And it's not that I've played bad guys before, even as a lead bad guy, psychopaths and all that, but this is something else.
Yeah. First time. We are lucky to have Kamal sir.
The detailing of the equipments that are going to be there, like the bus, for example, and the car, Buji, for
auto.
and I didn't know that Buji was made in India.
It is fully
Made by
early
Mahindra
made
and one
in
of the
India. It was made by Mahindra and JM Motors, and also a lot of young Indian engineers. A lot
It's
of
just
young,
unbelievable.
yeah.
Many a times I used to ask Nagi when I went on the set and said, "Okay, how did you think of this?" So he said, "There are companies that have think tanks, and we gave them the idea, and they come up with projections, and then we approve something."
Even for our storyboard, you came up with a new guy. I suggested somebody.
Correct, sir.
We even tried that.
Correct, sir, yes.
It's not that they have a team and they'll never try anything new. Because we tried, we didn't like it.
Yes,
We came back.
For your
So
look,
there was still experimentation.
Yes.
Even my look, I don't know, it must have changed about 5 times at least. The costume,
Agreed,
look, everything.
No, and also Nagi is very fortunate to be working with you two, especially at your stature. You're willing to experiment with him. You're willing to explore things with him. So in one of the interviews which we just did, they said, was it a big pressure? Shooting with Bachchan sir and Kamal sir. He said, initially, I was like, I found it very funny and silly that I would actually direct both of them. then, it felt so easy because they both said, don't make me an Amitabh Bachchan, don't make me a Kamal Hassan. Do something else with us. He had the same notion with both of you all, and he enjoys working with you both so much. Absolute no pressure. I'm like, you were directing them and he has no pressure on his face. So I think it's a great synergy.
I don't know about him, but it's terrible to be able to even think like this. I don't want to play myself. But what is myself? I'm not me. With all due respects, we're all fakes in front of the camera anyway. We're playing fake characters. And, the writer is a true genius. He dreams, he thinks. But all of us are fake. So, what is it about me? It's nothing. It's just something that you've seen in a visual in a film. It's not that this is how we are.
But Abhinji, that's a gyan you get after 2025.
And Deepika, first time you're doing a Telugu film, it's like completely different from the Bollywood, or little different, or very, very different?
No, I mean,
And Nagi is very different for us also, because in the first story when he told me, I could hear only 20%. Other part I asked my friends, like, what did he say? I didn't understand. So he's like, should have been tough for you from Bollywood to this.
No, I mean, I think that world of the movie, which I think is new, even for the audience, it's new. But I think as actors, you're not really thinking. I think when you emote, the language, I think, comes secondary. It's
No,
the emotion
is
is what, and I think that's the language of cinema, right? It's transcends borders. So you can act in English, you can act in Telugu, you can act in Hindi, but I think as long as the emotion, you can just say so much with your eyes without saying anything at all and be able to convey that emotion.
And you can show the best
The
with your
words
eyes.
are more like a crutch, I feel. So no, I didn't feel like, oh, I'm now working in Telugu cinema, or you know, it didn't feel overwhelming in that sense, because what you're investing in as an actor is the emotional journey of the character.
But you know, for a production of this value and extent, what I found was that until Nagi got the right thing at the right place, he never compromised.
Yeah, it doesn't sound.
If he did something
He
with
has a
you, and-
beautiful way of getting what he wants.
yeah,
Very smooth.
he won't
very-
shout from there.
No?
No.
He'll come up very quietly.
Correct.
So I think we should.
But very pertinent.
Yes, yes.
Very pertinent. It's not just asking for
Not
one
young.
more.
And
It'll
even
be-
after seeing the rushes, Kamal, you know, there are times when he said, you know, sir, I feel we can improve on that and do something. And as producers, how do you live with this fact? Okay, we've got to redo this thing. We've got to put up the set again.
the
We've got to
biggest
get
budget
the
of-
artists back. We've got to get the timing and the dates. And never have I seen any kind of, you know, regret or a very morose kind of face. Saying, hey, we got to do it again. This guy's not worried about the
The
cost.
costliest picture I feel.
I think
I really marvel at that.
I think in the cave set, the first set that we shot, no, so so we finished the schedule. I think we shot for 4 days or 5 days, and we were like almost done, and we were like, okay, so this is done. So then it was like, take those 3 pillars and take the flooring. I'm like, why, we're done, right? So then I was like, I didn't understand. So then after 4 months, we were shooting that same thing. So then I was like, okay, so from every
is
set,
his
I know
process.
what to keep. So I'm sure there will be something or the other
Now, I
that
must
Nagi will
tell
go
a
back.
story about how
Nagi will go
producers feel happy when big artists like that lend themselves
Yeah.
to the show. Shivari Saab had not worked for an year. He came to act in Tevar Makan. We did the scenes. So for him it's very new to see something on a computer.
Correct.
So
That's right.
I was showing off, and I showed him in a computer the cut version of the scene. Can I stay one more day? He said, one more day? Yeah, you can. What? Can you do all those close-ups? It looks very amateurish. I said, I thought he's talking about me.
Yeah.
He said, me, I have not acted for 1 year. It shows.
Oh, gosh.
How can you refuse a man like that?
yeah.
I said, if I had to rebuild the set, I would have built it for him. So the director is asking for something. That's what I said. The word pertinent I used was,
Yes, exactly.
when he tells you, you're convinced. You're not asking, what do you want? Please tell me what you want. Keeping on, taking after take, what do you really want?
Yeah.
But he clearly tells you, and you say,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Yeah.
what I should have done. And that's very rare in a
Amazing.
director. Very few have that. When that happens, the set lights up, even without lights.
But to be working, you know, in the kind of circumstances that we did because of the
COVID and
way films are being shot now, it's a huge challenge a huge challenge for me. I'm sure Kamal, you must be feeling the same thing. But you know, not to have that environment around you
Correct.
and to be able to imagine that,
Yeah.
it's
very
a little
difficult.
putting off in the beginning. But
Yeah.
then when you see a couple of results, then you get used to it. But for us, it was
Like I was just telling backstage, my mentor, Mr. K. Balachandar, I went and told him a story which I saw Rishida, and he, between shot, light up, they used to be playing chess.
Yeah.
Both the lead man and the director will be playing chess, and the unit will be waiting. And he'll say, okay. And then they'll go to the shot. I came back and told my boss that that's how calm a shot will be. Are you trying to tell me something? I said, yes, sir. You're so excited. And I am nervous. What do you expect with you guys in the set? I am nervous. No, but it catches on. It's contagious. And we don't want that. But that's very important.